Okay, let's talk about building the future. What if you could do it right from your classroom? Today, we're going to unbox, so to speak, the AIoT Lab. This is a toolkit that's all about getting tech education out of the dusty old textbooks and putting real, powerful tools right into the hands of students.
And let's be real, this is a huge challenge for so many students, right? You're sitting there, learning about the artificial intelligence of things, AIoT, and you know this stuff is shaping our world. But how do you actually go from reading about it to building something real, something that actually works?
Well, that disconnect, that's what we're calling the learning gap. It's that massive canyon between knowing the theory and actually knowing how to use it. And trust me, with tech as complex and tangled as AI and the Internet of Things, that gap can feel pretty wide.
So, bridging that gap. That's the real mission for modern education. I mean, you can understand the principles of data or machine learning all day long, but if you don't have the actual hardware, the tools to get your hands dirty, well, it's like learning to be a chef by only reading cookbooks. You're missing the most important part: building, testing, and launching a real smart system from the ground up.
Okay, so how do we fix this? The answer is pretty awesome, actually. It's basically a lab in a box. Yep, a complete, ready-to-go ecosystem that's designed for one single purpose: to put the real tools of innovation right where they belong, in the hands of students.
So, at its core, this AIoT lab is a complete hands-on learning system. It's got everything a university or a college could possibly need to let their students build, test, and just play. And they're doing it with the same kind of tech and real-world data that they're going to see the second they step into the industry. It's a total game changer.
All right, let's pop the lid on this thing. What's actually inside? What are the key pieces that make this whole system work? We're going to go through it piece by piece, from the little sensors that act like its ears, all the way to the powerful brain that does all the thinking.
First up, you've got the senses of the whole operation. These are Unarvu wireless sensors, and you really can think of them like the eyes and ears of any project you build. They're out there, constantly gathering up raw data from the real world. You know, things like temperature, humidity, how bright the light is, all that good stuff.
Next, you have the building blocks. These are the Hibiscus Sense IoT kits. Now, this is the core hardware that students really get to sink their teeth into. They can program them, customize them. This is where the creativity really happens. They can build their own unique gadgets and make that connection between the digital world and the physical one actually happen.
Of course, every system needs a brain, right? And here it is, the NVIDIA Jetson Xavier NX. Don't let the size fool you. This little module is an absolute beast. It's a powerhouse for something called edge computing. What does that mean? It means it can run really complex AI stuff right there on the device itself. No waiting to send data to the cloud and back. It's all instant, right where the action is.
And finally, where does all this data go? It flows into the command center, the Favoriot IoT platform. Think of this as the mission control for your project. It's a cloud-based hub where everything just comes together. From here, students can manage all their devices, create these cool dashboards to see the data live, and even launch their own machine learning models. They can set up alerts, notifications. Basically, they make the system truly smart.
Okay, so we've got the senses, the building blocks, the brain, and the command center. We've got all the pieces of the puzzle. Now let's see what happens when you put them all together to build a real working smart system from scratch. And the main project they showcase with this lab is such a perfect real-world example. It's an indoor air quality forecasting system. We're not just talking about monitoring the air in a room. No, this system uses AI to actually predict what the air quality is going to be. How cool is that? It's all about creating a truly smart and healthy space.
So how does it actually work? It's a really clear four-step journey. First, those Unarvu sensors are out there collecting all the air quality data. Step 2, a 4G hub grabs that data and sends it up to the cloud. Then, step 3, the Jetson brain and the Favoriot platform get to work processing and analyzing everything. And finally, the AI model does its magic. It predicts what's coming next and shows it all on a simple dashboard. See? It's a complete trip from just raw data all the way to a smart decision.
But look, this is so much bigger than just one air quality project, right? A toolkit like this, it's not about teaching one specific piece of tech. It's about empowering a whole new generation of innovators. It's about making sure students are fluent in the language of our connected future.
And the core mission really boils down to this key idea. It's about enabling students to finally move beyond theory, to actually develop, test, and deploy real, practical IoT solutions. It's about taking learning out of what if and putting it squarely into here's how.
So why does this all matter? What's the big picture?
Well, for one, it's giving students skills that are ridiculously in demand right now. It helps schools speed up their own smart campus and Industry 4.0 goals. That's the next huge wave of automation. But maybe the most important thing, it gives students real experience with real, messy data, not clean textbook examples, and it opens the door for them to work with actual companies. It's preparing them for the jobs of tomorrow, today.
So I want to leave you with this one final thought. A toolkit like this, it puts an insane amount of creative power into your hands. It's literally a launch pad for innovation. So imagine you had this lab in a box sitting right in front of you. What problems would you solve? What future would you build?